No, Ghana is actually where I started, and when I started it, I didn't really think I would come to Sierra Leone.
Right.
But 2016 is when I registered my business, and then 2018 is when we started construction. But the plan is to later be using this as like a video studio. This is the podcast studio. We just put the equipment in here. So we're shooting today. You can smell paint from the table because like we just moved the table in last week.
Okay.
It's a blank slate because the plan is not really to make it our studio, but for the community, right? That other people come here and do work. So you can't really go crazy. Definitely need to do more to support storytellers and creatives, especially those who are on the forefront of like digital storytelling, to make sure that 40-year-old woman is not like the voice of Sierra Leone. Like, come on.
Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis, or Joe Hotagua. I'm a Sierra Leonean American who just spent the last 4 years living in Sierra Leone and Ghana. And if you wanna know what it's like to open up an office for a for-profit business in Freetown, Sierra Leone, then this is the video for you. So today we are meeting up with Vickie Remoe. In the last video, you got a chance to sit down with her and talk to her about her story, what it was like opening this business, how she even got to this point to starting a business in Sierra Leone. And now we're gonna take a tour of the office. She has a physical office space where she has a space for podcast studios. She has a space that she now uses as a dance studio, but also be used to film. She made sure that this space can not only be utilized by her and her team, but local Sierra Leoneans who wanna film content. This is huge. This is a content studio. We don't have anything like this in Freetown, Sierra Leone, so it's the first of its kind. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so now we have done the interview and we're gonna do a tour of VRC Marketing.
That's right.
We are on the compound right now. So Vickie is gonna give us a quick tour. As you can see, there are many rooms. So let's go ahead into the office. When did you move headquarters here? Has it always been here?
No, Ghana is actually where I started, and when I started it, I didn't really think I would come to Sierra Leone.
Right.
But 2016 is when I registered my business, and then 2018 is when we started construction.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like our office.
Yeah.
So when I first completed the building, I could only afford to do this part. Where we did the interview is where we used to work. On the veranda. On the veranda. Right, yeah. And it wasn't even that nice back then. It was not even nice. So this is where the team works. This is my desk. And I like to tell the joke of this desk because when I moved to Sierra Leone initially in 2007, I bought this desk while I was working for a friend's IT company. Okay. That was in 2008.
You bought this desk in 2008?
Yes.
It's a very modern looking desk, I would not
Yes.
know. Okay.
I've had it for over a decade.
And you bought it here in country?
I bought it here.
Okay.
There's a lady in Sierra Leone, her name is Rhonda Swade. She has a company called City Plaza, and she brings in furniture. So I bought this then. I was always very stylish, even though, like, I had a vision for the kind of desk I should have. I had like a wooden desk. I was just like, no, it's like, I'm too fabulous for this. Anyways, and I put in an order for this, brought it, and then when I stopped working there, I just brought it. It was just in my room for years. Okay. And so naturally, when I opened my company, I'm like, oh, now bring me table. So I'm just really happy that I still have it and it's grown with me. This is our community, right? So I grew up in this compound, right? And we are in here. So we did our interview over here. Right. So when I started construction initially, there were buildings here on the grass outside there. Yeah. I uprooted all of them to plant the grass. And this was like when we first did the construction on the veranda side over here, and we roofed it and we were able to move. When I was growing up in this community, everything that you see here did not exist. Right. This was the water. So my backyard used to be this here. Yeah. And so because of like just overpopulation, and then everything you see here also was not there. So this is our front door. So the front of our gate used to look out to the sandy beach and the ocean. Wow. Yeah, this is post-war Sierra Leone, basically.
So the country has changed completely.
The environment is changing, yeah.
Overpopulation, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so
this is the team desk. This is where we kind of like do our scheduling. We're in production for the podcast. So as you can see, we have like the topics and like the guests. We're doing 2 shows a day.
Sure.
And in here is our multi-purpose room, newly
my cousin on the
newly constructed, so it's just like an empty space for now, but the plan is to later be using this as like a video studio.
Sure.
And also I train with the National Dance Troupe, so I do dance classes here at 7.
Okay.
Hi, how are you? I used to host a professional networking event called Recipes for Success, so the banners you see are for that. We might bring that back. This is Frank Vin, producer for the podcast. 2 bathrooms. Back there's our equipment room, and then this is just like bathroom.
Okay.
This is the podcast studio. Literally just, we just put the equipment in here. So we're shooting today. You can smell paint from the table because like we just moved the table in last week.
Okay.
It's a blank slate because the plan is not really to make it our studio, but for the community, right? That other people come here and do work. So you can't really go crazy with like decor and because it's like, people are gonna come and do their work here. And of course it's a web series as well. So that's why the camera is like set up, because we're doing both video and audio.
You and I had spoken about this, but I think one of the things that I think we see as a challenge here is having a space to do podcasting. Or to shoot content,
so you need. So my plan for the bigger studio, the hall, is to make sure that, it's a kind of place where people can come.
Right.
Because, again, I've been doing this since 2008 when I started my TV show.
Sure.
And access to resources and, again, an ecosystem that makes it possible to tell multimedia stories. You can't do the work without the tools.
Yep.
You can't do it without the expertise. You can't do it without the infrastructure. So my thing is like, I do my own stuff, but I'm also kind of in a phase in my career where I'm more about building the ecosystem to sustain the community.
Right.
I think that it's ridiculous that I'm still the most relevant media person in Sierra Leone today. Sure. I should have fallen off. Like, people should be like, back in the day, Vickie Remoe used to, do you understand what I mean?
Sure.
The fact that I'm still like number 1 and I'm still one of one is not a positive thing for the growth of our industry.
Sure.
So I want to it's why I started the Vickie Remoe Prize for Journalism and New Media, because I'm like, this isn't cute. Like, we definitely need to do more to support storytellers and creatives, especially those who are on the forefront of like digital storytelling, to make sure that like 40-year-old woman is not like the voice of Sierra Leone. Like, come on. Not like I'm not cute and all of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that like, we have like people who are like big on TikTok and stuff like that. But the problem with TikTok is that dancing on TikTok or miming songs on TikTok, it may generate revenue, but it doesn't necessarily give you a voice in our economy. Right? And so there's that disconnect where you have people who have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million TikTok followers. But those followers are not in Sierra Leone.
What did you guys think of the tour? At the very end, Vickie did have to run. She was actually in the middle of shooting a season of her podcast, and she had people that she was interviewing waiting for her. So we had to rush to kind of finish up the tour. But you guys got a chance to see the office. You got a chance to see the spaces. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this interesting, give it a thumbs up. And then, of course, if you know anybody in Sierra Leone that's looking to film content, whether it's a podcast, they want to do interviews, they need somewhere to shoot in a space, make sure you send this to them so that they know what's available to them. Her rates and everything are in her website. That's all going to be in the description below. But if you don't know anything about Vickie Remoe, go back and check the interview out that I did with her. You get the full story, understand a little bit more about the business, and then, of course, this is helpful to kind of understand what it looks like in a physical presence. And with that, guys, thanks for watching. See you all on the next video. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.